I don't think y'all are ready for the heat that I'm unboxing today. This is easily one of the best sneakers to release this year, my personal sneaker of the year, but it had one of the worst releases, which we will get into. But first, let me show y'all exactly what we're talking about. The Nike SB Dunk Low Born and Raised, one block at a time, the first sneaker collaboration between Nike and Born and Raised. These released at the end of September on the Born and Raised website, September 28th to be exact, with the rest of the one block at a time collection, and the shipping window to get your order in hand was 1 full month, which is why I'm just getting my pair this week. Originally, this sneaker was supposed to release earlier in the year in July via skate shops and the Nike Sneakers app. Unfortunately, in June, Sponto, the creator and co-founder, tragically passed away in a car accident, and the release was canceled indefinitely. Now, at that time, because the release was so close, there were already pairs of this Nike SB floating around in circulation. So when the news of that canceled drop hit the internet, of course, the prices on those pairs doubled overnight. Some companies, StockX specifically, did pull the Nike SB one block at a time from their app to stop the sales, which I thought was pretty commendable. But this is the sneaker market in 2023, and if someone wants something bad enough and they have the money to pay for it, they will get it. At that point, I thought these would end up on my grail list as a sneaker that I would just never touch. But then months later, Born and Raised announced that the release would be happening. And wow, it was not great. The first stage was an in-store raffle where a lot of BXR supporters and locals were able to secure their pairs. Good start. The problems kicked off on September 28th with the online release of the sneaker. As a customer and a longtime supporter of Born and Raised, I feel like they just weren't prepared for the traffic that they received that day. The website kept crashing, which of course jumbles the queue or the virtual line, making it really hard for real people to get their pairs. Luckily, I've been doing this for over 15 years at this point, and I can check out in under a minute. Where there's a will, there's a way. And that day, I was not playing around. So I secured my pairs. I checked out at like 12:04 or 3:04 because I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and I received my confirmation email. This should have been a great day for BXR, releasing their first Nike collaboration to the public, as well as honoring Sponto's memory, but I definitely feel like a lot of that got overshadowed for them because the public was so upset about how poor that online drop was. Now, you would think that once you got your confirmation emails on release day, you could sit back and relax. Nope. A few weeks later, an email started going viral that basically said Born and Raised was canceling orders to prioritize friends and family's pairs. Now, only one email went viral, so this is alleged, but if it is true, that sucks. Now, obviously, I got my pair, and I can't tell you how good it feels to finally have this shoe in hand. I've been geeked about this release since January, February, and I just knew that it was going to be my sneaker of the year because how much I love Born and Raised ever since I got introduced to the brand by a snapback in a thrift shop. It's been one of my favorite brands. I think the sneaker encapsulates streetwear and street culture better than any sneaker we've seen in recent sneaker history, which makes it perfect for a Nike SB because Nike SBs are usually packed with storytelling. And I know that that's a heavy statement. Trust me, I will explain more when I do my full review. But as far as first impressions go, which is what I'm here to talk about today, in hand, the shoes look even more immaculate than the pictures and photos do. The photos and videos that I've seen for this shoe really don't do the iridescent swoosh justice, as well as the other small details that are really all over the shoe and play into that storytelling that I mentioned just a few moments ago. It's also the perfect balance of white and blue. They nailed the color blocking. All of the embroidered details on the shoe look really good, which is great because this is a smaller size, and sometimes I do have to worry about details being lost in translation, but that isn't the case here. All of the details still look good, regardless of the fact that this pair is a size 5.5. I know that there are a lot of people out there who are still trying to get their pairs, and I don't really talk too much about resale on this channel, but I'm not talking about holding or selling or anything like that. Today, I'm just going to tell you if you want a pair, the prices seem to vary between the low 300s and the upper 500s, depending on what size you wear. But I do feel like there's a great opportunity to trade for these. Keeping in mind that when images of these shoes first hit the internet, people were really not feeling them. And unfortunately, the hype behind the shoe didn't come until after Sponso's passing. For a lot of people, I won't say everyone, but a lot of people were only interested in the shoe after Sponso's passing. And that's not new, right? We've seen that before with Off-Whites. We've seen it before with Kobe's. So even though these do have a little bit of hype now, I do think that you can get a good deal if you're trading. And I do think the resale might go down just a smidge, just a little bit, because they are still a Nike SB, and Nike SBs are just, on a wave right now. But if you did want these, I hope that you're able to add them to your collection somehow, some way. But I do really want to hear y'all thoughts on a couple of things. If you have a pair in hand, how are you liking them? What did you think of the whole drop day online release fiasco? And for those of you who might be new to Born and Raised, was this Nike collaboration your introduction to the brand? Sound off down below in the comment section and look out for my full review. But in the meantime, if you want to watch me unbox and review some other pairs of sneakers, you can check out those videos right over there.